All right, y'all, we about to go super duper nerd news, girl. So I woke up and I saw that Sinclair is calling for Jimmy Kimmel to, like, he's saying that's not enough. He need to, like, basically pay Erica and he need to pay Turning Point. And so, of course, that led me down a rabbit hole of trying to figure out, okay, who is Sinclair and why do they get to say what anybody does? Um, on top of that, hold on. How is any of this even happening? So, go down rabbit hole. Apparently, Sinclair wants to do a business deal with that will essentially allow him to buy up majority of the television space. So there's a law in place that says essentially no television station can own more than 30% of the airways. Keep that in mind. So this company, Sinclair, that owns a bunch of, so it's a parent company and it has a bunch of little companies under it from what I believe. It wants to buy up some other companies, but it needs the favor of the Trump administration. That's the T. That's what's being reported. So, and that's not even what this is about. So I'm like, well, and so if this deal goes through, then he will be allowed, Sinclair, the company, not he. I don't know why I'm giving it a person. I just feel like a man would do this. I feel like this is only something a man could do. Could be a woman. I don't know. But if you're a woman, feminism, equal rights. Still evil, but go ahead, girl. Anyways, so Sinclair will own like 89%. And so in my head, when I hear things like that, I think ding, ding, ding. And I think money. Why do I think money? Because in my industry, in my career, in my technical field, a part of it, one of the things I do is e-discovery. And within e-discovery is something called second request. And I used to, when these types of things happen, you have to go through a, like, whenever a certain type of litigation, like a large transaction happens, there must be, like, the authorities are alerted. You get what I'm saying? For instance, when the law requires you only to have 39% of a television, like of the television airways, and you want 89%, like there's a stop, do not pass go, do not collect $200. The law has to step in. And so I was like, and I know that that's a fact. I'm telling you, I did this every day for years. Trust me, I was hazed doing it. So I know how this goes. So I already know, one, somebody at some big company making a lot of money. I don't know which one it is. I probably do, but I should probably keep quiet on that. But two, that let me know, okay, so somebody has to stop this. So what? It's only three organizations that could bring a second request: the DOJ, the SEC, and I forget. Hold on, let me see. I got my notes, bitch. And the FTC. And so I asked Google. I said, Google, well, who, if we're trying to stop a monopoly of the airspace of the television airways, who would bring that? The Securities and Exchange Commission. Boom, bang. So that's where I need to go. That's who I'm following. I'm following, they say follow the money. Because, but it's not, I don't know. I'm following the law. I don't know. I can't explain it. But shit, anyways. So I went to the Securities and Exchange Commission. So in my head, what I'm thinking is, okay, they have to go to court for this. Like, there's going to be a lawsuit, no doubt about it. There's going to be some type of legal review and looking through of documents. Has to be. Everybody, all parties got to turn over their evidence. Who is over the SEC? Who's on the SEC? Who's going to do this? Who's going to be bringing this charge? So I looked up the people on the SEC. And I looked up their political affiliations. But even though it's mostly a Republican affiliation, most of these people served under Joe Biden as well. And I actually just looked them up on TikTok to see if they've been in the news. And they are also a separate and independent from the government, which makes sense. So the president can't hire or fire them, so they can't. He has no control. There are some vacant seats, and I remember hearing Trump say they trying to stop me from making appointments. Okay, it makes sense now. But it is very conservative. But I think these are people, because I looked at the background of these people, I think these are people that are going to do their job. They're very, very, very intelligent. Listen, I'm independent, Republican, Democrat. I'm here for the best man for the job who's going to do the job. That's all I want. And it looks like all of the people who sit on this board are going to do their job regardless of their political affiliation. Because what I was worried about, if Sinclair is successful in making this deal, it is absolutely not good. And that's not my political opinion. There's a reason why no television station can own more than 39% of the television airways. It's not healthy. That's not like, if you understand how programming people, psychology, if you understand how all of those propaganda, you understand how that works. That's why these laws are in place. So there's about to be a test to the justice system. So while everybody's worried about what's going on, I'm not looking at what's right in front of us. That's just the straw. I don't even say that's a straw man. That's the look here, but don't look here. You need to be looking at the Securities and Exchange Commission. They're the most important people, and they need to be protected right now because they have a very important job to do, and it's very dangerous in this time. So, does Sinclair have are we in a sketchy and very pivotal point of American history? Absolutely. And the heroes that will be the heroes or the villains will be the SEC commissioners. And it's 5 commissioners. Some of them can be appointed by Trump. They serve for 5 years, and even after they seats up, they can serve for 18 months after. There's 1 vacant seat. There's 1 Democrat. Is the Democrat still there? I think there's 1 Democrat, the rest Republicans, and 1 vacant seat. We got to make sure that they're not hurt. We got to make sure so many different things, because they are the ones who have to bring the laws through to stop this deal from happening. And it's not in Trump's hands. Trump don't have the power. He can persuade or not persuade. He can appoint. He can make recess appointments. So he might try to appoint somebody right now. We might get crazy, but this is what y'all really need to be looking at. And if you don't hear me now, you're going to hear me later. But mark my words. This is about to get interesting. I know, and it's so funny because I never thought, everybody getting their nerd moment. This is my nerd moment. This second request is about to be interesting. And second requests are generally extremely low key. It's done in the background. Most people don't know. It might be an attorney right next to you working on this, and you don't even know about it because they can't say nothing about it. I don't work for nobody. I'm my own boss. I own my own shit. You get what I'm saying? So I learned, you don't even know. You get what I'm saying? So this will be interesting to watch, but it's really not nothing to worry about because there are laws in place. But we have to see just how good and strong the justice system is. This is about to be a true test of the justice system, because legally, look it up. I'm not lying to you. It can't be done. So